Hello everyone, welcome to Indie of the Week. This is Reprisal. Sorry if I sound a little beefed, I just did like 15 minutes of this and then realized that if you accidentally close the window on accident, you can't, Frap stops and you can't get it to start again on this game. Also, everything was running tremendously slowly because I had Dead Space running in the background, because I'm smart. Anyway, welcome to Reprisal. The reason I picked this game is, one, it's free, so you can try. I'll put a link down there as I usually do, or as I usually do for that one time I've done it. I'll do this every week. I'll do it every Monday, and then I completely neglected this last Monday. But yeah, it's free, so you can go try it. And two, it's pretty darn cool. And the reason I say that is kind of because, here, I'll start a campaign and I'll show you. Reprisal is a real-time strategy game, but it's got like a twist to it, and that's why I picked it, because I feel like it takes what we've defined real-time strategy as, and has like twisted it. It's so different from real-time strategy, yet is still real-time strategy, and that's why I like it. Also, if you don't want to download this, I think you can play it on their website for free. It's basically the same game, just I like having it on my desktop. Anyway, oh my god, everything is running so much smoother. I am so happy right now. Yeah, Dead Space will really kill your frame rate. Don't do a video with Dead Space running in the background. Even though the video will run really well when you're recording Dead Space, it won't when you're running two games at once. Anyway, this is Reprisal, and basically, in Reprisal, you play real-time strategy, but you do not control your units, and that is what makes it so different from any real-time strategy game that I've played so far. What you start out with is you usually start with a couple little settlements, some guys, and you can tell them to do things. However, you can't tell them to do things to a very large extent. You only have these 4 actions. You have, this one is make homes. They just wander around and they make these little huts. And what I'm doing right now is I'm improving the huts by making land flat. And the more flat land there is, the better the hut or house is. See, this is the best kind, since there's a certain amount of flat area. I think it's like, that's like 2 good squares of flat area around everything. Or 1 big cube around everything makes the best kind of house, I suppose. But anyway, I'm flattening the land out because as they go around and make settlements, better ones come with flatter land. That was really poorly worded, but I guess you get the gist. See, this is a crappy little house and there's barely any flat land, but as I build more flat land around it, it gets gradually more cool, to the point where it'll eventually turn into castles. And you might be wondering, why do I care about the status of my house? Well, as you might be able to tell if you're looking closely, the larger house you have, or the more sweet it is, the better your little civilians are. And I've got a little night guy there, and you kind of want better civilians because we're eventually going to have to kill the red guys down here and the yellow guys down here. So you need some beefy dudes to do that, or else they'll just kind of whip your butt, which is not something that is fun when you play this game. Anyway, though, I will go back to the commands that you can make your little dudes do. See, I just crapified my building by making the land not flat. It really doesn't look cool with flat land, but at least I don't lose, so that's a perk. Anyway, things you can make your guys do. I can't seem to stay on topic. You can make them go look for houses, which is what the little house button does, and they just wander around and make homes. You can tell them to look for a fight, which I will not click, because then they will immediately charge down to the red guys and get destroyed. Gather at waypoint, which I will hit right now, because this will segue us into the next kind of aspect of the game that you need. We made a leader here. When you tell them to go to a waypoint, your people gather at the waypoint, and one becomes a leader. And when you have a leader, you get more people faster, you get more mana down here faster, which mana is how you do the things that I'm doing, like I'm terraforming right now, which I will talk about these crazy buttons down here later. And then you have locate leader, which just centers in on your leader. You don't want him to die, because then you have to make another one. And it's pretty essential to have a leader to actually win a match. Even though you don't need to, it's pretty darn helpful. Anyway, now on to the second aspect and more prevalent aspect of the game. These things down here. Whereas in most real-time strategy games you control the people, in this one you control the elements around them. You have earth, you have wind elements, and fire elements. And this level's further in the game, so I have a lot of these, and you can even see I don't even have this last one here. But this is what the mana is used for. As you can see, these numbers down here show you how much mana you need to make a certain thing happen. What are some of these? We got Fire Column, Fire Cloud, Whirlpool. All of these are just natural disasters that you can invoke upon your enemies to change the land around them and, in general, make them weaker, which is what you really want to do. The point is to make them have weaker houses and less houses. He is not dead. I see him right there. Don't lie to me. Yeah, you want their houses to be weaker and you want them to have less people so you can take them over. There are basically two kinds of levels, and it's really not that big of a difference. There's kill all the dudes, which is what we're doing here, and then there's get a circle, which will give you more powers. And in get a circle, usually you have to kill all the dudes because they're jerks and they like to get in your way. Regarding these circles as well, your enemies have them too, and it really sucks when they finally start to use them because they will destroy you. See, I'm still in the building process right now. We're gonna need way better houses if we're gonna, or not houses really, but way more people if we're going to tackle our enemies down there. And with more houses, by the way, or better houses, your mana regenerates faster, and I will, hopefully if it goes up fast enough, I will start to show you what you can do. When you start the game, you only have these three, and these three earth totems. That's what they're called. They're called totems. You have terraform, which raises and lowers the land as you've been seeing. Waypoint, which you can set a waypoint. And then you have forest, which is pretty much the most useless totem you could possibly have, in which you just grow trees out of the ground. However, it's not entirely useless because if you couple forest with any of the fire elements, except for maybe Fire Hero, which is just this really big beefy guy that goes around and kills everyone, you can set forest fires, and are they coming to kill me? I actually think they are. Don't you do it, Red. I'm waiting for this stuff to build up so I can maybe set a whirlpool. And now, I will tell you what these do as I use them. I probably won't get to show you all of them, but I'll try to give you a little description. The reason I want a whirlpool is I'm going to try to cut off this piece of land here. And that's what whirlpools do. They basically destroy land. You can only set them in the water as they are water things. And if I can cut... Why did you do that? See, he used Fire Column. Or, it's probably the yellow guy that used it. And this is kind of helpful because it's going to burn down some of their buildings. Also, you can see the land is turning red, which means they can't build houses on them, which is what I'm going to try to do later as I get more mana if it regenerates fast enough. Because really, a big part of the game is just making a wasteland out of their territory so they can't build anything. And if they can't build anything, they can't get any better. See, here I'm going to use Whirlpool. This will either work well or backfire on me. I think I'll actually set it here in kind of the middle of their town. You can see it will gradually move and destroy things. Yeah, some of these can backfire on you because they're wild. Even though you can set them yourself, you can kill yourself with them, which has happened to me before. I've gone crazy with the whirlpools, and they've just destroyed all of the land around me because they go wherever the hell they please. I honestly don't know if I will be able to finish this match and really show you all of it, but I will try to get a lot done. As you can see, a lot of this is just building up your forces, really. We've got to get more guys if we're going to be able to kill the red guys and the yellow guys. And if my mana would regenerate any faster than it is already, I would show you the second major aspect of this game, I think, which is just make everybody miserable. In which you just build up a massive amount of mana and just trash their civilization with natural disasters, which this poor red guy is having to face right now. If we did set a forest under here, the forest fire would probably wipe out a lot of them. See, I'm kind of scared of yellow down here because they've got a lot of castles going on. Castles, as I have told you, are the best kind of settlement, and they will get many guys out of them. You know, that's probably why I can't do any natural disasters. I keep terraforming. I'm like, make bigger houses. Really, it's not about the houses, it's just get more dudes, which in turn you have to make bigger houses, so I guess it's about the houses. But this is basically the game. It's a lot of manipulating the world around you to gradually become stronger. I can't remember the story exactly. It's very loose, really. It just kind of ties the gameplay in with everything. You're this kind of leader, and he lost all his power at one point in time, and now you have to go and take everything back, and that's why it's called Reprisal. It's your reprisal. And why is there a waypoint on my kingdom? That is... Oh, actually, they're not going to be able to mess with me because there's a sheer cliff right here. Awesome. Okay. Now I am going to do a little waiting. I need to beef my stuff up. Is that still my whirlpool going on down there? These poor red guys. Over here you can, I didn't mention these, by the way. What does this do? Oh! It does nothing. I don't know what that does, actually. I don't know what clicking on them does, it just makes them dark. But this shows the power that each guy has on the map. As you can see, yellow is super beefy. And I am gradually overtaking red because they are getting trashed by everyone. Poor guys. However, I'm scared because yellow, they're on the same level as these guys, and once I wipe them out, they're probably going to move in and take control of everything. I could really use more settlements down there, though, which will open me up to attack from the yellows, but I will try not to worry about that right now. Really, it's just about killing the reds at the moment. That sounds terrible. Is that the leader? See, it's nice to wipe out the leader, too, because, then they really can't do anything. It's not much of a description, I know, but it's true. If you wipe out the leader, they're pretty screwed for a bit. So, I'm thinking about... Oh, don't you even don't pick a fight. As you can see, we just murdered that poor fellow, because he got a little aggressive. If I can get the fire column, I plan to just drop it on top of the leader. You can see where he's housed right now. He's in this building. I think if we can actually burn down the house, that will be very beneficial to us. Actually, I will not use fire column, and I will use... This is lightning storm, which is basically a lightning storm. Only costs a little more, and this is basically one of the problems I find in the game is that once you reach a certain amount of mana, you just want to wait for more because you're like, oh, I could just get the beefiest thing and set fire to the entire land, which is what I'm doing right now. They are going to be completely wasted. As you can see, all the big houses are gone, and now everybody's wandering around trying to make settlements. There's also just a large amount of wasteland, since the lightning just destroys, like, pretty much any form of life. Oh no, someone is being a total jerk. They dropped a fire column. Well, I feel like it is time for my entire city to move in and wipe out the red people. This may or may not work. Another good thing to use, which I have not shown you yet, is Swamp, which is what I'm gonna do down here. Oh my god. Okay, this is not good. Swamp is... for the longest time, I completely neglected the Swamp ability. Because all it does is this, and it puts little swamp things and somewhat destroys the buildings around it. However, the best part about swamp is if anybody steps on these, they just sink in and are devoured by the earth, which is really handy. So that's why I highly advocate using swamp. And if you can, use it a lot, because if you do it well, or if you use it wisely, no one will be able to walk in the kingdom of whichever you choose. Yeah, here you can see my guys are moving in, taking over houses. I'm not really going to focus on, you know, making these red guys any weaker, really. If I set any kind of natural disaster, it'll kill my guys, too. So I'm going to focus on making the lives of the poor yellow citizens miserable. Hopefully I can save up for a fire cloud, possibly a fire mountain, which is basically a stupid term for volcano. This thing is awesome, by the way. It will just raise a giant mass out of the ground and everything will be destroyed and fire will go everywhere. It also slows things down a lot, but it's a really good one to use. Just don't use it near your own stuff. You could also save up and use Water Storm. Which, by the way, this is like the most... It's probably my favorite and least favorite at the same time. And basically, if I got Water Storm, I could probably kill everyone, but I'd also kill myself. Actually, probably not, because I'm so high up. Water Storm basically sends this shockwave across the planet and wipes out anything that's really close to the water. It also destroys land, so probably my little island here would be reduced to a very small landmass. But you gotta be careful with things. Here, let's aggravate the yellows a bit. They're getting a little too big for their britches. Who is setting the fire? That's probably yellow, actually, that keeps setting fire to things. They're trying to catch my little blue guys, which is totally what they're gonna do, actually. Poor blue guys. I'm mostly sorry for the red guys, though, because they've lived a pretty sad life. The yellow guys, though, you gotta kill those fierce yellows. See, whenever I play this game, there's always one civilization that just gets completely overpowered if there are multiple. And that would be the yellow one in this case. And they're really kind of being jerky. And even by making this red wasteland here, I totally forgot to mention this. I said forest was partially worthless, which really it is partially worthless, aside from setting forest fires. However, with forest you can also repair wasteland. I forgot to mention that because you're reviving the land. If I could only get 350, I would totally make everybody down here very sad. I really wish you would stop with the firestorm, though. That is making me a little frustrated. I just need to get rid of these red guys so I can focus on wiping out the yellows. Actually, I'm sorry, Water Storm is not my least favorite. Twister is my least favorite because it's worthless. It's basically a whirlpool for land, except it doesn't destroy any land, and it's really inaccurate as it just goes wherever it wants and it really doesn't destroy much. Whirlpool is more like reliable than Twister, because it cuts through the land and makes it impossible to build things on unless they terraform. So don't use Twister. Twister's a waste of mana. This time, I think we'll use Firestorm, and I would like to focus on this nice little cluster of buildings right here. This is going to make them very upset. Oh, it looks like a lightning storm. Oh, is it raining triangles? No, it's raining death. You will soon see. Yeah, as everything slowly burns to a crisp, and it basically destroys everything in this little square of area. Like, the lucky will survive. Which, as you can see, there are not a lot of lucky people. And it makes that civilization very sad when you do that. Where are the rest of the red guys? This is really taking a long time for my blue fellows to make their mark on red civilization, red history. Remember the reds. Remember how the blues, they completely wiped out their I'm getting stupid really fast. Here we go. Let's place some more swamps down. That's a key essential thing to making everybody unhappy. So let's put swamps down. Actually, if I focus on swamps more instead of like these big clouds of doom, that might actually be more useful. It'll make taking over really hard because I will have to walk through it. However, wait, that can just be fixed by doing that, can't it? Oh, except I can't terraform now. Yeah, when you're in other people's areas, you can only terraform up. You can't terraform down because flattening the land would benefit them, I suppose, or it would benefit you. Well, it would benefit them, and I think that's why you can't do it until you've cleared them out. But it is very unhelpful. It's very not helpful because you might want to flatten and help your buildings, but there are too many bad guys around to even do it. Here we go. Let's form some more swamps. This is going to make it really hard when I actually need to come over and kill these guys, because my guys will sink into the pits too, like that poor fellow right there. I actually think I might be able to finish this one for you guys. We'll see. If not, I might just stop at a certain point and speed up just to show you how things are done, or just to show you the progress of finishing a map, because I think that'd be a cool thing to show. I feel a win coming on. We've got like 2 guys left. Yeah, this is probably the last household on the map. Yes? Yes, there we go. We have won. And it will soon prompt me once everything speeds up. As you can see, yeah, everyone's just totally chilling and taking over. The island is ours. And nice work. So this has been Reprisal. Go out, support Reprisal, download it for yourself, give it a try. Oh, this is another cool thing. When you finish the level, it shows you a kind of a real-time, not real-time, it's sped up, but a sped up like image of how the island was shaped as you played. Anyway, though, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this this Indie Monday. Go out, try Reprisal for yourself, and I will see you next week with another game. If you have any suggestions, please send them to me. If not, stay tuned, or well, just stay tuned in general. I still need to work out a format for these ends. Anyway, see you guys later. Have a very nice week and enjoy your games. Goodbye.